Boy Droid here. We back with another video. So basically, this woman, the yellow dress girl that was on the Pop the Balloon episode 43, basically she made a video reacting to how she was on the show. Now, if you watch my reaction to the show, you know I did not like this woman at all. I just could not stand her, honestly. She just seemed very arrogant. I mean, she thinks she's all that, but she's bargain brand Kelly Rowland. You know what I'm saying? She's Kelly Rowland at home. You know what I'm saying? She's like a 5, maybe a 6 at best. More like a 5.5, you know what I'm saying? But she thinks she's like a 9 or 10 in her head. So I was watching this a little bit and I'm like, let me just do a reaction real quick. I just want y'all to just witness like just the airhead.
So while the intro plays, let me give y'all just a little backstory about even getting on the show, right? So I am an avid watcher of the show. I actually put all my friends on. I put all my friends on to watching the show. So it's like every Wednesday, like clockwork, we'd be like, did you watch it yet? Did you watch it yet? Right? And so obviously when you watch the show, you imagine yourself being on it in the sense of just like, okay, what would I say in this situation? What would I do in this situation? You know, in that sense, but I never actually thought of actually being on the show. So anyway, it came to a point where my friend asked me, she's just like, shout out to Leah. She's just like, Simone, why don't you apply to be on the show? I was just like, girl, me. And then it took like some persistence. Like she kept asking. She kept being like, you know, this is over the course of weeks. And look at me. Walk, spin, smile. Okay. Face card, period. Anyway, so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you be looking at her, she's like, she's not bad, but she ain't that fine, you know what I mean? I don't know. Am I crazy, chat? Or no, I'm not streaming. I don't know why I said chat.
It took a few weeks, right? But I finally was just like, you know what, let me just apply and see what happens. And girl, they called me, and when I tell you, like, my heart dropped in my chest. I was so nervous. Like, from the point of when they called me to actually being on the show, I was just like, ugh, like, what have I gotten myself into? And I decided to go on the show because the reality is I don't really be dating, y'all. I don't be dating for real. Like, I really be in my whole entire own world. And so I felt like this was a good opportunity to get out of my comfort zone, do something different, you know, basically put myself on the chopping block, you know, because it's not just the experience of going on the show, but also, you know, just the commentary about it as well. And so here we are on the show. Guys, I'm obviously only going to go over.
Basically, what she said there is she went on the show to clout chase, you know what I'm saying? In this whole I don't really date. No, you don't find men that you're actually interested in because you think of yourself so highly that dudes that be on your level, you just dismiss them off rip. So you went on the show, maybe you thought, okay, you'll find someone really good or something like that, like a Uche or something, but you just went on the show mostly to promote yourself, to clout chase. You know what I'm saying?
My segments, because this video would be super long. But shout out to all the girls. Everyone was literally beautiful, okay? And I might be a little biased, but I feel like our episode was an extremely good episode. Like, everyone had their own unique style, had their own, you know, sense of identity, but literally everyone beautiful. Where's the sound?
I don't want to keep pausing too much, and I'm definitely going to skip around because this video is over an hour, is almost an hour long, and I don't want to really be listening to her talk this whole time, talking trash. But this episode, it definitely illustrated a trend that's going around right now where a lot of like the dudes are always like they're all good, like they're all solid. Like there was no dude that came on this episode that was like, no, like bad. Like the worst guy, maybe you could say, okay, maybe ISO or Sterling, but those. I mean, ISO's a handsome dude. I don't know how much he'd be making or anything like that, but he seemed like for some reason they weren't feeling him. I don't know why. And as Sterling, he was nervous and he had the wrinkled up shirt, I mean the suit and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe those two you could say maybe are the worst ones. Who knows? But all the dudes were good and solid in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But the women in this lineup, those are maybe like 2 or 3 good chicks in this lineup. Everyone else is just like, nah.
Some single men one by one when he comes around this corner.
Shout out Arlette and BM. Shout out Arlette, BM. Really, everyone on their team. Like, shout out y'all.
If you like what you see, you like what you hear, do not pop your balloon. However, if there's anything that you're just like, oh, that is not for me, go ahead and pop your balloon, and I'll go over to each of you and see why you ended up popping. Are you ready, ladies? Yay! All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
I'm Alan.
Alan?
Yes.
How old are you?
35.
And what do you do?
I'm a truck driver.
Okay. Now, what are some things?
I feel like I'm just now going to be able to learn everyone's name. Because when you're up there, like, you're just processing so much, like, at one time. And so it's a little hard to remember everyone's name, but Alan.
To do for fun?
I like to travel, go out to eat, read, gain knowledge, go for long walks.
Okay, all right. What are some things you look for in a woman?
Someone soft, nice, caring, great personality.
Okay.
Things of that.
Got it. Now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Just communication.
You said bad communication?
No, just communication.
Oh.
My timing for popping. My timing for popping was so bad in the sense it could look so out of context. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta skip past some of this right here real quick, but it's just like so self-absorbed. Like, could you imagine being with this woman? Like, if she found you like good enough to actually be with her, like she's gonna always try to bring you down. She's always gonna be condescending, and then she loves to hear herself talk. She just say a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I mean? Nah, man. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because she said some point in here that was good, but let me see.
So that's why I popped right there. I was just like, okay, I let him talk enough. I already know this isn't it for me, so let me just pop here. And I kind of wait for when there's like a pause and when they're talking to pop, but I didn't pop because of what he just said,
Okay.
That's it.
So what do you mean, like, as far as that being a deal breaker?
I just like to communicate one-on-one if we're, going out and, going out and stuff like that. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Well, we did get a couple of pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping. Let's start over here. We can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Simone. I'm 32.
Simone, what do you do?
I'm a web designer and I also host a natural hair event for women with locks.
Shout out Locks of Sheba. Y'all not already following us on Instagram and TikTok, but mostly Instagram. We're coming to Houston, Orlando, and Atlanta this year. Only 3 cities. Tickets on sale now.
Nice. So why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Honestly, I'm surprised you're 35. I thought you were much older, but that's why I popped.
Now, guys.
What's wrong with it?
The faces on this freeze frame. Okay, here's the thing. When we're prepped, right, for the show, both guys and gals, we are told to be honest. Now, that's not to skew away from the reality that everyone as individuals, we get to choose how we show up, right? But at the end of the day, you want to be honest and you don't want to fluff things out, because my perspective also being a watcher of the show, it's like this is almost like an educational process. This is like a social experiment in a way, and watching the show, you may see someone on there that looks like you, that, resembles you, or you feel like you relate to, and you kind of want to know what the real is. You want to know why this person popped, why this person didn't pop. Like, you genuinely want to know what's real and what's on their mind. And so I feel like a lot of times when people pop or get their balloon pop, we add a lot of fluff pieces. And I feel like I wasn't disrespectful to no one. I didn't call no one out their name. I didn't come down on how anyone physically appears.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, so I saw a lot of nothing there, but here's the thing, right? People, like, when they pop, they'll say their reason, but a lot of times you're watching the show, you already know the actual reason why they popped the balloon. It's just because they ain't trying to get canceled. They're not trying to get torn down. But by the fact that they're not being honest about it, they get torn out anyway. I'm gonna skip ahead because she's saying some nuts. She's saying nothing. If you want to actually watch you want to watch the uncut up, just click the link in the description. I'm going to put the actual full video.
Who have worn their watch on the correct hand. Like, I have seen so many guys come on this show and they're wearing their watch on the wrong hand. But also, to be expected, he did say he works in a law firm. So if you're around enough people in that industry, there's no way you don't know what the right hand to wear your watch on is. Now, I've worn I've worn my watch on my right hand because I'm left-handed, and I just literally don't like anything.
You see what I'm saying? And okay, I know some people are gonna be watching this and be like, bro, you keep like cutting and pausing, but it's just like, I just want to just illustrate just how, like, she just talking just to talk. She said people wear the watch in the wrong hand. So what's the right arm to put the watch on? Because you said you wear yours on the right arm, and he wears his on the left arm. So does it really matter which side? I don't think so. I think most people wear it on the left because most people are right-handed. But like you said, I'm left-handed, so I'm going to put it on my right hand. So do it matter? Not really.
On my left hand, but most people aren't left-handed, and that's really not the reason they be doing it anyway. But moving on.
Right now in my life, I'm looking for a relationship, someone to build something with. Qualities I look for: humbleness, self-awareness, confidence.
I don't get the thought process behind it, and I tried to look past it, but I couldn't.
And we chopped it up after the show. Everything was lighthearted. Like, it wasn't that serious. At least that's what was being communicated verbally. But he said something along the lines of, "Oh, ain't getting on me for my shoes." I was just like, yeah, I still don't like them. Still don't like them. Like, looking at them now. The shoes. Like I said, I'm an avid watcher of the show, so I also know what people usually say in the comments. And a lot of times people are feeling a way about those of us who pop off of clothes. Here's my thing with the clothes thing. Oh, why are you popping off of clothes? You're shallow. People could always change their clothes. Don't people know this? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the people that are ready to die on that hill just don't know how to dress. We are not teenagers or like 20-something-year-olds, early 20s, still trying to figure out life. We're in our whole 30s. I feel like being able to dress yourself and present yourself reasonably and appropriately is like a basic life skill. You go into work, you dress a certain way, you dress appropriately. You go to church, you dress a certain way, you dress appropriately, and your outfit makes sense. You came on a dating show with the Jackson 5s on. Nothing about it makes sense. You can't even make an argument for this. You can't even make an argument.
He ain't gonna say anything. Okay, let's go to this guy.
Hopefully I can work with something. You feel me? Y'all, I gotta show y'all this. Hold on. I took a DNA test years ago. I don't think I would take one now, knowing what I know, but Nigerian was literally my greatest percentage. Boom, boom, boom. But anyway.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
And Uche, what do you do?
So I'm an engineer, but I do a couple different things. I DJ on the side,
Okay.
got some real estate.
Mhm.
So
Oh.
yeah, that's pretty much those three things.
Cool. What do you like to do for fun?
Travel, try new foods. I work out a lot, play a lot of basketball. Anything active. So
Nice.
yeah, I can ask no questions.
Not this round. Next round, definitely.
Three.
3.
Let me just see where this takes me. Let me just go along with the moment. Like while I'm this one's a wrap right here. He's like assessing between these two, you feel me? So I was just like, yeah. This one's a wrap right here. But I was just like, you know what? Up until this point, I'm like actively processing everything in the moment, like while I'm there and stuff. And I'm just like, up until this point, I've been a popper. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just ride the wave. Let me just see where this takes me. Let me just go along with the process of it all, you know? And so I kept my balloon for that reason, but then also it was just like I could have popped on the height thing because it's not really ideal, but the face card could carry a lot of things, you feel me? So it's just like I could look past it. And I also feel like no matter how much guys say, oh, they don't mind someone that's taller than them in real life or on this show, I feel like when guys have their pick, they're not going to choose someone that's taller than them. They're not going to choose someone who can literally look straight and see everything behind them, like look over them. They're not going to do that. So, it's not ideal on both ends, but I just kept it on Bob because why not?
Since she's here.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Because on the show, so now that the dude popped on her, she gonna act like, oh yeah, it could have popped earlier, but I want to keep my balloon. Nah, you wanted the dude. You just upset because he popped your balloon. And the whole height thing, I think a lot of short dudes like tall women. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a preference for most for different guys. But I think the main thing is when you got women like this who they feel like, okay, I'm tall, so they look down on you. Like there's a difference between a woman looking down on you because she's tall and then looking down on you just because she feels like she's better than you. You know what I'm saying? So tall women like this that feel like they're gonna use the height thing against you. You know what I mean? Like you can't really. No one's gonna want to pick a woman like that. It don't matter to me, cause me, I'm almost 6'4", so yeah. So I mean, this chick is what 5'9", and she wearing heels, so she like 6 foot. So I'd be taller than her when she wearing heels. Never pick that woman.
Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm 28 years old.
Hey, and Jessie, why was
Let me forward this to me.
What do you guys looking for in a man?
Okay, I like that. Name, age, where you from? What are you looking for in a man?
Hi, Uche. I'm Simone. I'm 32. I live in Orlando. My family is from the islands, though, if you wanted to know, like, my background. Grenada and Barbados. And what I look for in a man is ambition and faith, a man of faith.
That's what's up. I like the answer.
So I always feel like it's a trick question when people ask you where you're from, because of having that question asked to me so many times, and then people going, okay, no, but where are you really from? You know what I'm saying? So I always just feel like I gotta elaborate on it. But
all right. So why did you have your balloon unpopped?
Which is fine. Face card on 100 trillion. Shout out to mom and dad.
I was doing a little much, but
like Jen said, I also like that you are multifaceted. It's not all work, no play. Yeah.
So I don't know. Y'all tell me. I feel like it means nothing to like give a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Like, Because I saw a couple people saying, like, what did I say? It was just like, why are you gassing the men up, basically? And I just feel like she's a compliment, like, and it's true. It's literally, I didn't have to say that. No one popped on him. Literally, I didn't have to say it. We all got eyes. You feel me? So what do you mean? Don't say it. Like, say what instead? That's what I'm talking about. The fluff. Like, why can't you just be honest and say what it is?
So, why'd you end up popping her balloon?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
My height.
Yeah, so
So in the moment, I'm like, because I had already seen him pump fake me, and because I also know, I just feel like I know that look when guys are like, she's tall. You know what I'm saying? And I've had this happen so many times. Guys ask you your height. If you're like 5'9" and above, I'm 5'9" without heels. So right here, I'm 6 foot because them heels is at least 3 to 4 inches. But anyway, it's like the tone they ask it in is just like they asking your height, but they're actually like assessing themselves. Like, she tall. Like, how tall am I if she this tall? But let the segment finish.
so I mean, I'm 5'10". You got heels on, so but I know.
Maybe this her whole like condescending attitude is just like a coping mechanism for the fact that dudes don't really want to deal with her because she's tall. I don't know. I'm a play devil advocate, but couldn't deal with her. Couldn't never deal with a woman like this. Honestly, you're gonna be talking down to me all the time, and you ain't even like if you was Kelly Rowland, maybe, but you Dollar Tree Kelly Rowland. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of females like the taller guys, so
One thing about it, 2 things for sure, 3 things for certain. As I watched the episode the first time, right? I'm watching the whole thing back for the first time. And honestly, I'm in the front, right? Or at least on this side of the wall. When they get a little ways down, you honestly can't hear nothing. Like, you could hear talkings going on, but you can't make out any words really. And so I don't actually hear what's going on down there. Far my favorite.
How old are you?
36.
Okay, and what do you do?
I'm finance manager.
He don't look 36, do he? So y'all get what I'm saying with the other gentleman.
Okay, and what do you like to do for fun?
I like to travel. I like to stay at home, cook with my significant other. I like to, just learn and grow.
He's gripping the life out of that mic.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Like, he about to start rapping for real. He about to drop 16 bars.
All right. What do you look for in a woman?
Communication is very important to me. I like someone who's honest and like to have fun, and who has a lot of vision.
All right. Now, what are some deal breakers?
My face.
Cigarette smokers, someone who don't know how to communicate. Man, that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right. So we did get a pop balloon. Let's go on over there, see why they ended up popping. Your name and age. My name.
That's this part. Hold up. She made a stupid face. Let's see what she said.
Standing next to me, who kept their balloons. So let's go to that.
Let's head on back. So we do have 2 balloons left unpopped. Go ahead and ask these ladies a question.
Any have any kids?
No, neither one of them have kids. Okay.
No
What
kids
else?
episode.
Come on.
What is your love language?
Okay. What is your love language?
Okay, well, the
Name and age first.
Hi, I'm Simone. I'm 32. The traditional one would be words of affirmation, but my own personal favorite is sending memes all day.
Okay, nice. And your name and age, and what is your love language?
Kayla, 31. Although I'd like them all, I have a top 2: quality time and acts of service.
And what's your love language?
Acts of affirmation.
I don't think that's one. Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. Act of service and words of affirmation.
Okay.
I had already had a laugh I had to hold from earlier. So it was just bubbling up. And this was just the tipping point. Like, I could not hold it anymore. When I say Sterling had us laughing, he had us laughing, okay? And I love that. If you can make me laugh, like, whatever the case is, if you're actually good at telling jokes or it's just kind of like your personality, I love to laugh.
Ladies, any questions for him? Okay, let's start here.
Hold up. You know what just came to my head too? This is how you know this chick is like full of herself, because she done made a whole video on her thought process, and no one asked her. She could have just waited until they did the BM talks or something and interviewed her. But nah, she gonna make a whole reaction video to how she didn't pop the balloon, because she just loves the attention, loves to hear herself talk. Me too. I like to hear myself talk too. But
Would you say you're more introverted or extroverted?
I'm more introverted.
Mm-hmm.
I asked that because, like I said, you can't, at least where I'm standing, you can't really hear what's going on at the end. So watching it back the first time, I obviously realized they were talking about how nervous he seemed or came across or whatever. And so, but I didn't really hear that. And honestly, you kind of space out a little bit. You kind of just like minding your business until it's your turn. And so anyway, I asked that because I actually didn't want to ask if he's nervous. So I was like, okay, let me see if this is more his personality or if this is circumstantial, you know? And so that's why I asked that question. So like, if he's introverted, it was like, okay, this is out of your comfort zone. If you're extroverted, what are you doing?
You're in finance.
Mhm.
Would this be something you'd wear to work? Are you in office?
Something similar to this, but not like with a tie and everything put on. So yes,
Okay. Did you fly in?
yes,
Okay. Do you believe in God, as in
Yes.
Jesus Christ?
Jesus Christ, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Okay. Any questions here?
I have one. What is your favorite type of compliment to receive?
Based off my character, I like to be very reliable and very, someone who's understanding and things like that.
Okay.
I like that answer. Good answer.
All right. Ooh, okay. Why didn't end up popping your balloon?
As Kayla was answering, I'm thinking to myself, I can't see myself up there with him, right? So, yeah.
So the goofiness, the shyness, that didn't bother me,
I actually found it endearing. Whatever you want to call it, I found it endearing.
I would say that I had a little grace with the outfit just because I know we all flew in, maybe you didn't have time to iron, whatever. But I was looking at the presentation. I feel like we could go shopping together, so that also wasn't a big deal. But as we were talking together, there was no real connection. So that was the ultimate reason. Extremely handsome, by the way.
Thank you.
All right. Now, she's someone that's your type?
Yes, I love to hear, the
Thank
eyes, so yes.
All right. So, any final questions over here?
Yeah. Yeah, the suit, I mean, it's hard not to see that what's going on with it, but I also felt like it wasn't a big deal. And what I feel like was a big difference between his not being a poppable offense, and let's say the shoes, for example. Again, the shoes is like a reflection of your style. The shoes, okay, you took your hard-earned money, you went to the store, you went through it.
she about to say a whole bunch of nothing, yo. She ain't about to say nothing. Listen, I think she just didn't want to compete against this one chick in the gray jacket, because they definitely look much better together. You know what I'm saying? Like she self-eliminated. You know what I mean? She self-eliminated. And if some of you guys want to watch, like, you don't like me skipping ahead, like, I got to. I cannot. I cannot stand this woman at all. And I don't want this to be more than like, it's already 30 minutes right now. And nah.
There you are. Welcome in. What's your name?
My name is Jason.
Jason, how old are you?
I'm level 33. Yes, level 33
And
years old.
what do you do?
Okay, so I'm a tester, so I test things, particularly software testing,
All right.
for a tech company.
Cool.
And I live in Montana, originally from Florida.
What is in Montana?
Uh,
So random.
nature,
Okay.
being uncomfortable, it promotes growth.
Okay, so what do you like to do for fun?
He is the spitting image of Ray Allen. There's nothing particularly wrong with Ray Allen, but
It's right.
Yo, he do look like Ray Allen. Oh man.
it could be chopped up to styling, maybe the high top fade, that combination. But at the end of the day, you're telling someone with locks that you don't like their hair. So obviously, I'm not going to appreciate that comment. But in any case, I feel like she was honest and straightforward with what it was about, why she popped.
So is Jessica someone that's your type?
Initially, yeah, I would approach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All
Look at
right.
my
We
face.
have 5 ladies left. Go ahead and ask them a question.
Okay. Ooh. What is your? How are you choosing to approach love in your next relationship?
That's a good question. All right. Name and age, and how are you choosing to approach love in your next relationship?
Hi, I'm Simone. I'm 32. I am choosing to put God first and letting Him lead the way and also guide my discernment.
Girl, when I say, first of all, before coming on the show and stuff, of course, chopping up with my friends, and they're like, they was taking it more serious than me. Not that I wasn't taking it serious, but they was like, you gotta prep for this, like watch back episodes, see the questions they asking, prepare answers like on the spot, like you need to practice. And like I watched back a few episodes and tried that, and I was just like, hey yo, this is a bit tough. Like I was like, am I an airhead? Like I cannot think of an answer for these questions. So
Well, at least she has some self-awareness because she is an airhead. I already said this in the reaction to this particular episode, or not episode, but like scene in the episode. Yeah, I don't know about this whole discernment and letting God guide her part. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot pop a balloon off of shoes and say that you're being led by God. That is my opinion. Like, you can't pop a guy's shoes off of a guy's shoes and say being led by God. You can't pop because the guy looks too old, and you say I'm being led by God. You know what I'm saying?
on the show, I kept it real light, clear, concise, and just like, basic level stuff. I can't think of no elaborate answer like this. Like,
Name and age and answer this question. Hi, my name.
okay, let's go to like,
Wherever it goes.
I don't know,
Go. Yes.
when we talk or something.
Okay.
Art.
Yeah, so like that in itself is why I try to find out.
Yeah, really just thinking about, as you
Sure.
said.
Let's go ahead and ask. Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's come on over here first. Your name and age.
I'm Simone. I'm 32.
Okay, Simone, why did you end up popping your balloon?
I couldn't quite put my finger on it when you first came out because I can't pop because you're ugly, because you're extremely handsome. Can't pop because the drip, because I like your style, your how you show your personality through your style, you know, and you also come off as an extremely kind spirited person. What I think it is, we wouldn't click. Like I feel like we wouldn't have the same humor. We wouldn't be able to banter. Like I got that from it.
Yeah, I said a whole lot of nothing. I said a whole lot of nothing. Let me tell you why, though, for this particular instance. I'm not even gonna lie. Out of all the men, I feel like I didn't say what it was when it came to him. Everyone else, I left it on the floor. Like there's no guessing what I'm thinking. That's what it was in my head, right? Him, here's why. At this point, a few things. At this point, I feel like I was experiencing decision fatigue. Like I felt like I was really lazy with this answer. And also, I actually just couldn't find the words with what it was I wanted to articulate. And I think what it came down to was just that he wasn't my type, you know? But, and a lot of people don't like the answer, like on past shows and stuff. A lot of people don't like the answer, like, oh, why'd you pop? Oh, well, they're extremely attractive. It's just like, okay, well, if you find them attractive, why'd you pop? But I always felt like you can understand like being conventionally attractive and not being attracted to someone. Like, for example, Morris Chestnut, Michael B. Jordan, I can understand they are conventionally attractive, but I'm not attracted to them. Like, I'm not like, ooh, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I can.
Okay, so she had the self-awareness to know she said a whole bunch of nothing, but then she proceeds to say a whole bunch of nothing. And this whole, I don't find Michael B. Jordan or Morris Chestnut like attractive. Like, you need to get checked or something. Like, you don't find either one. Like, I can understand, okay, maybe one. You don't find neither one attractive. Like, how you gonna please this woman? You know what I mean? You don't find either of them attractive. Like, shoot, if I had a daughter, I'd be like, yo, marry one of them dudes.
Register you. I can understand you as being conventionally attractive, but I'm not necessarily attracted to you. I'm not the biggest fan of chin straps either. But yeah, I think that's just what it came down to. And also, what really sealed it for me as he's talking to the other woman, and you hear, you know, more of his mindset, more where he's coming from. He gave off head in the clouds for me. You know, he gave like blowing in the wind. And I don't really mesh with that. People will look at me, you know, and assume, oh, the locks, oh, the Ankara, oh, you know, black power, or just like put me in a category and think I'm just this earthy girl that's like frolicking in the field barefoot in the grass. And it's just like, that's cool, but I'm quite tethered in reality, you know? And so that also.
Sorry. She says she tethered in reality. We cutting the video right here. We done, y'all. I'm sorry. This video longer than I expected it to be, but oh god, oh man. All right, let me just do like a little outro or something. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, right? She just said a whole bunch of nothing, right? All she needed to tell the dude was, "You're just not my type." That's it. Simple. Like, I just don't like. You're not my type. Like, I don't find you that attractive. Simple. But she want to go all into some tangent or something. And nah. She ain't living in reality, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like women like this, they're just gonna be bound to be single, you know? And it's not a bad thing, you know, be single. You know, you wanna be single, be single. You know, like she's better off being single than, because the guy that she get with, she gonna feel like she's settled and she gonna treat that guy so bad. That's what I know.